Hello and welcome to this week's video. Wow, it felt nice saying that after a while. So I'm finally done with the short course that I was doing in film production, and yeah, I can say that I can be consistent now. So I went in thinking like it's gonna be easy being consistent since I've been already consistent, but then I didn't make a plan. I didn't have any content planned. I just thought it's gonna happen. I was very delusional. I see that now. But now we have a plan. I have at least content planned for the next few weeks. That way I know I'll be consistent. So creators out there, if there's like a transition or a change happening in your life, make that content plan. Do not just think it's gonna be fine. It's really not. Anyway, so the course was such a nice experience. It wasn't in my 2024 bingo card or anything, but I was like, this is interesting and it's something I'd actually like to learn. So I applied I think it was just the day before the deadline. So honestly, this was the universe. It wasn't me, it was the universe. So it was quite an experience. I met so many people. I was able to learn so much about myself. I was able to learn so much about film production. Like it overall, it was a wholesome experience, and it was never anything that I thought I would be doing in my life. So it was very much welcome, and I can't wait to see what I can do with all the knowledge and all the friends and connections I made along the journey. Because I'm actually quite excited. Life is just seeming so much more lighter ever since. Like I don't think I decided, but I just chose to look on the bright side and to have faith and trust in myself that I can do things, that I'm actually who I think I am. Anyway, before I ramble on, I just wanted to catch you up on everything and just say hi. How you doing? How has your 2025 begun? I know it's like February right now, so happy new year. So this is supposed to be like the projects I want to make for 2025 in terms of knitting and crocheting and hopefully any other crafts I pick up along the way. So crochet for me is something very near and dear to my heart. So when like I started trying to monetize it and make my hobby like anyway, basically when I tried to monetize my hobby, I noticed that I hated it. I didn't like to knit or crochet. I didn't want to do it. I don't know what it was, but it felt like I'm pulling at strings and all of that, and I was like, I like to create, so why is this process being so hard? So I feel like one of the reasons was because every time I would, let's say, go to markets or things like that, there was also like the connotation that why are these pieces so expensive, or like what do you mean this handmade piece out of yarn is this expensive? So I was like, you know what, it's fine. I honestly did not want to profit from this hobby at this point in time, or rather just this hobby. I don't think that's something I want to look into right now. What I want to try instead is like have art trades. So I saw Jada from Mrs. Moon in Heaven. Mrs. Moon in Heaven? Yeah, from Mrs. Moon in Heaven do art trades where she would make different versions of her Luna cardigan in exchange for a tattoo. So I was like, hmm, that that sounds interesting. That's like a interesting way to also share my pieces without feeling like it's overwhelming. Anyway, so I think that's something I want to try out this year. I want to do at least one art exchange, make my cardigan, the Artscape cardigan, into different versions for different artists. I think that's something I really like to work on this year. So I think instead of just trying to sell pieces, going to try and have it more of an art exchange, because that feels more wholesome to me, and I feel like it's going to be an interesting experience. Do you see it? Because I do. So now let me just go through the project ideas I was thinking of making this year. I'm not thinking of making a lot of things. Like I've noticed that when there were trends going along, I'd want to make every single thing, and then I don't wear it. It just sits in a box, and I'm like, yeah, that was a waste. So this year, I'm trying to be more mindful and more sustainable as I'm creating. Also, just to put, I don't know, I feel like when it comes to handmade things, there's so much emotion put into it. So I feel like when I'm crocheting or when I'm knitting, when I'm tired or when I'm like overwhelmed and things like that, it's like I'm transferring that energy to the piece. Anyway, I'm overthinking, but I want to be more relaxed as I'm creating. I want it to feel like a complete state of meditation and decompressing. So, yeah, that's one of my goals as well when it comes to creating. I feel like I'm getting nervous. Breathe, Glow, breathe. Let's just move on to the pieces I want to try and make this year. So I've been seeing these filet crochet designs going around, and if you know me, you know I like mesh. So I feel like this is a very interesting type of mesh crochet, and I really want to try it out. Maybe on a mesh dress or like a shirt or a cover up. Hey, a cover up! Wow, or a cover up or something like that. I think it'll look quite nice, and also like in different colors. I can make the fillet design in a different color, the mesh in a different color, just something. Just be creative with it. That's one thing I'm really looking to make. I'm also looking to do more knitting. I started knitting seriously last year and I've made like a few pieces. By a few, I mean four. So I think I'm getting the hang of it. So I want to knit more um, sweaters and then also want to knit more men's designs. So I'm thinking like sweater vests or cardigans. I'm not quite sure. So I'm really looking to learn more knitting techniques so that I can expand my knowledge. So look out for a lot of knit designs, both men's and women's. I think this year I just want to try and make more men's because I've always just been designing for myself since I have me to work with all the time. Anyway, I'm being awkward. Let's move on. So I've been seeing these designs where it has like a mattress stitch along the seams and along the edges. I think that's quite a nice finishing. So I want to add that technique to maybe a future design. I'm not quite sure what yet, but I think they look quite nice. So yeah, that's something else I want to try and incorporate in future designs. And I think last but not least, wow, there are only four things I want to make. Anyway, so I want to make knit pants or shorts, like a lounge set, because I found that knit is much lighter, and I feel like if I use some soft fabric, that'll be the coziest piece ever. So I'm looking to make some lounge pair of shorts or some lounge pants, or like just the whole set. So yeah, I'm looking to make a lot more cozy and flowy items because that's just how I'm feeling. And I'm still very much obsessed with the mesh design. So I don't think that'll ever go away. And yeah, and just try and refine my current designs, especially the Artscape cardigan. I want to actually write a pattern for it. So I'll probably make another one as I'm trying to refine the design and make it fit better on the body because I've realized that a lot of the designs I have are just square pieces. I don't really shape out the arms or things like that. So we're trying to refine the designs this year. Anyway, I think that's basically it for this video. I feel like I've rambled. This is the part where I feel like, what did I just say? What is this video? But we're gonna post it, we're gonna edit it, it's gonna be a good time. Okay? Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. And if you're a fiber artist, please leave down below like what practices you're adopting in your crafting and also what you're looking to work on this year. And yeah, I will see you when I make another video. Bye.